Yo, we are live. What's going on, YouTube? And welcome to Goal Line Hockey Live. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and we are live tonight. Shout out to a bunch of you guys in the chat already. Urban, Morgan, my dad Wayne Train. What's going on, guys? And we are getting to the game here, but so far, yes, I know, Urban. I know. I had work. And I got on as soon as I possibly could. How did they miss the puck hitting the open door? Uh-oh. Yeah, I know, Urban. Yeah, this is going to probably be a shorter live stream, but honestly, this is the most important part of the game is the third period. If the Islanders can find a way to come back and win this hockey game, I think you guys would want my reactions for this third period if the inevitable is to happen. So far from what I've seen, not – hold on, guys. So Don says, how come you weren't live before? Unfortunately, I've been working at night, so I was not able to get to this game sooner. If I could have, I would have been watching this game earlier, Don. But unfortunately, because of work and scheduling, this was the earliest I could get in for you guys. Urban said, I wanted to see your reaction to the open door. What is going on? What are you guys talking about? The open door? Oh, my God. They couldn't have this game on a weekend when I could have been here to watch? Damn. You guys got to fill me in. What happened in this game? Because I do not know. You guys have to inform me. Islanders playing a terrible game against the hated Penguins, which points they needed badly. Urban, I did see how Kaprizov got hurt. Logan Stanley's pissed he didn't get traded before the deadline, and he took it out on Kaprizov the other day. And the way he was holding Kaprizov, I'm shocked that the NHL didn't do anything. He's got to get at least a 1-game suspension just to set the precedent. That was ridiculous. Yes, Urban. And I know, shout out to Urban. He's been having a rough time recently. I'm kind of there with you right now, brother. Hopefully you are doing a little bit better here tonight. But obviously all the thoughts are with you right now, Urban. And now Kaprizov's hurt just to add more salt to the wound. But hopefully he's going to be back for the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, that is, which I expect them to. Cap's out for the year. Oh, man. I thought they said 4 to 6 weeks. Maybe it is longer than that. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Goal Line Hockey Live. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this Islanders-Penguins game. I'm sure there will be a Penguins troll in here at some point. So the Sabres are losing to the Stars. Thank you, Don, for the update. My computer is loading. That's why we're having some problems here. I'm trying to get back to some of the games. And guys, thank you so much for some of the likes. Some of you guys, if you can, make sure to like the video. That would really help me out a ton. Oh, that's the entire regular season minimum. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I haven't seen much of the game. You guys have to kind of inform me. I know the Islanders were getting outshot pretty badly. I think it was 24-13 during the end of the first 2 periods. What's going on, Blues Freak? He says, let's get Kev 50 likes. You guys already know. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Urban said Pens had the puck. It went through the bench door. It went through the bench door and back on the ice. Didn't get blown dead, and they scored no review. What? Oh, so you're saying they were doing a line change. The door was open, and they didn't. Wow. Thank you, Urban, for that update. Wow. That is unbelievable if that is indeed true. And Urban is pretty good with that stuff. So I'm going to go with him on that one. It's 3-1. It's physical. The Islanders are on the power play, which lately has been more promising, but the Islanders on the power play is nonetheless a disappointment 90% of the time. The NHL is so inconsistent with calls and rules. I've been watching the entire game. Thank you, Urban. At least one of us has. I wish I could. I wish I could have watched the whole game, guys. I really do apologize. Don says, watching all three local teams right now: Islanders, Rangers, Devils, and also the Nets. How are the Nets doing, Don? I know you're from the Bronx, so that's not too far. The Islanders are getting some opportunities here, but Tristan Jarry is kind of keeping them in the game here, it seems. Shout out Wayne Train. He says he's right. Bad non-call. Yeah, Dad. Unfortunately, I've missed this game, as you know, my situation. So yeah, definitely not a great look here for the Islanders. Hopefully, they get one here. They kind of need one on this power play. And thank you guys so much for joining us here on a beautiful Thursday night. It's a little cold here on Long Island. The Islanders will be cold on the plane coming back home, but Blues Freak said Patty King got his first goal as a Ranger. How do you feel? It was going to be inevitable. The biggest issue for the Rangers right now is their defense. They have a ton of injuries defensively, so hopefully they're able to rectify that and get healthy. But as of right now, I think that's the biggest concern. Man, this is going to be so tough for the Islanders. They're going to have to really dig deep to win this game. I almost went to this game, guys, but because I had work, I was not able to go. And looking at the score right now, I'm kind of happy at this moment that I didn't go. I didn't take the day trip to Pittsburgh. Yeah, they're saying the Islanders are playing better, but you know what? The damage is done. They're down 3-1 right now. And at the end of the day, whether the bench call and this and that, the Islanders, if they're getting outshot as badly as they have, not scoring on the power play, you can't blame the refs. You can only blame the refs so much. You have to be better. They have a full 20 minutes to score 2 goals. It's not impossible. You can't blame it on the refs. And the Islanders are all over them here. They're definitely getting their looks, but what's going on, Morgan? Vegas is up 2-1 off of William Karlsson, Billy Karlsson. Karlsson goal. Let's take a look in Buffalo. What's going on in? Oh no, are they in Dallas or Buffalo? Oh, they're in Buffalo. 5-2 Dallas. All right, so the Sabres aren't picking up 2 points tonight. That's a win for the Islanders. Shout out to the Dallas Stars. Vegas scored. Islanders have been a good third team. Yes, that's true, Don. I think they were last time I checked, I think in the Detroit game, they had scored 18 goals and given up 0 in the past like 6 games in the third period. The Islanders have been incredible in the third period. For the Buffalo Sabres right now, a little bit of a concern there. 3-3 in Montreal, the Rangers and the Canadiens. Patrick Kane scored his first goal as a Ranger. That's okay. Let me get a free show. No, you can't see it. Don't worry about it. So it looks like Braden Schneider is back. That's a win for the Rangers. Jeremy Ford Avon. Hey, Kevin. Happy Thursday night. Where do you see Wahlstrom fitting in next year? That's a great question. And I think it's kind of a sad state, right? Now, here's the thing. Wahlstrom is due for a new contract, Jeremy. So the Islanders have to figure out what's going on here with him. I assume, especially with his injury, it's probably going to be a shorter bridge deal, like a 3-year deal, maybe 3 years, $5 million, $6 million, something like that. Ooh, Shesterkin just robbed the Canadiens. So in terms of my thoughts on Wahlstrom, I think the Islanders' second line, Nelson, Palmieri, and God, you guys are killing me. You guys got to tell me the third guy on that line. Yeah, anyway, and Lee. That second line for the Islanders has been so good. I don't want to touch that going into next year. So ideally, you have Barzell, Horvat, and Wallstrom as your first line. That's the ideal scenario. That's the realistic one for the Islanders, too. I think it's realistic that we'll see Wallstrom, Horvat, and Barzell as your first line of the New York Islanders opening night next season. But there's a lot of hockey to be played before then. And unfortunately, it looks like Wallstrom's out for the year, which is obviously a huge blow to the Islanders. But shout out to Jeremy joining the chat. Urban said, going to be a fun race to the playoffs here for 20 teams-ish. Yeah, and the Flames have shown some life. PJ's not in here yet, but the Flames have shown some life here with the recent downfall of some teams in the Western Conference. Shazam, welcome to the chat. Shazam, he said, Big Kev doesn't look good right now in Pitt. You're right. And I'm actually kind of happy I didn't go because there was a potential I was going to Pittsburgh tonight for this game. And right now it kind of looks like a good move that I didn't. Yo, we got a super chat from Ange. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Hey, you. He's not shaking his butt, though. Oh, you want me to hit the thing? I don't know if they could hear it. Oh, it does work. Can you guys hear that? Let me know if you can. You can hear it? So PJ's not in the chat yet, but this is the PJ soundboard. And hold on. What's going on, guys? Money, Morgan. You're right. Jeremy said sound. Yeah, that okay. So you guys can hear the soundboard. So I have set up the soundboard and it sounds like you guys can hear it. So that is great. That is awesome, guys. I got a couple of interesting sound bits if you guys want to hear it throughout the live stream. I want to keep it more entertaining for you guys. You know, a couple of weird sounds out of nowhere. Keep things interesting, And that's because of your guys' donations. I told you guys, if you guys donate to the channel, I would give it back to you guys and make the production quality better. And I delivered. And that's exactly what I'm here to do for you guys. So thank you so much. Don said, let me ask, where did you get the Adidas Islanders away jersey from? I got it last year. My girlfriend bought it for me at UBS Arena. I tried their customization thing at the stadium. And that is where I got the jersey from, Don. But great question. Is this both bowls? You put them together and you put cheese on top? I don't know how much of this I'm going to eat, though. I don't like the sour cream. Blues Freak said, got that sound from Tampa Bay. It's called Neon. Morgan said, hey, Kevin, Knights are up 3-1 off of Shea Theodore PPG. Maybe we'll take a look at the Knights at the end of this game. I would love to see the Golden Knights tonight, especially for my guy Morgan. Shout out to him. So the Islanders are playing better in the third period. They've been outshot most of the game, but they've shown life here in the third period. The only problem is they're down 2 goals. And considering you don't have Barzell, you don't have Wallstrom, these guys they're going to have to dig in. What are you eating? I'm eating leftover Chipotle. Leftover Chipotle. Yep. Really, really good. So the Islanders really, ideally, they have another 5 minutes to score one and another 5 minutes to score the second goal to tie it. That's realistically what you're looking at here. For the Islanders to completely take – oh, that's a penalty. Power play. Bless you. Shut up. You're too loud. Is it good? Hold on. I'm going to make you – you want to be a moderator? And Penguins fans are booing and whatever. That's a penalty, man. That's a penalty. I just gave you the wrench. Did it work? I don't know if it worked. It worked? Good. Huh? You can put them in timeout. And don't. Be careful with who you put in timeout. Just because it's a girl doesn't mean you put them in timeout. Don't be mean. Okay, don't. Just because it's a girl name does not mean they're not allowed. You know the rules. Urban said 2-1. Would have been massive 1-goal game. Not so much Penn's momentum. Yeah, that's true. And the Islanders have a power play here, so there's still hope. But hope is sometimes the worst possible thing, right? They need a goal here. Come on, guys. They got to move the puck. The Islanders are so. I watch other teams on the power play. The Islanders don't skate around and switch positions. The Islanders just stay in the same spot. Oh, I thought Palmieri scored. Urban said there's always hope till someone gets crushed. Exactly. More Urban, that's the point, right? Sometimes hope is the thing that crushes you, right? Because you're hoping something happens and it doesn't happen. Morgan said, "Hey Kev, could I get a mod spot? Can you make him a mod? He's good. Not a managing mod, just a regular mod. You can make him a mod. He's always on the chat." Yeah, Pittsburgh's keeping them to the outside really hard. The Islanders do not have much. Pittsburgh's on everybody. Damn. What? Okay. All right. I'll add them then. Don is 100. Don is 100. Says the Islanders power play is so damn bad. That's why it's in the bottom of the league. Exactly. And the Islanders, they're taking a timeout here with a minute left on the power play. They need a goal. This is not a team that can prolifically score 2 goals in 5 minutes. It's not realistic. They need a goal on this power play. If they don't score on this power play, I think we got ourselves to the end of a game here. Don said, "What are you eating? Is that cake?" No, it's Chipotle. It's a Chipotle bowl. Nah, not cheat day. I had cheat day last night. I had Texas Roadhouse. Shout out to Texas Roadhouse. But not right now. Yeah, the Islanders need. This is what, again, when you talk about maybe needing some opportunities. Yep, Morgan said it. Texas Roadhouse is good to your food. Is God to your food. Exactly. Let me know, Morgan, if you got it or not. Kev, so how are you my dog? I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, Pittsburgh's had 21 blocked shots. They're making it a point tonight that they win this game. And the Islanders will probably fall to the second wild card spot. Oh, they had such a good chance. They're passing too much. They got to get the shot on net. Man. They can't even freaking stick handle. And Fashing had a great game the other night. This is hard to watch. It's just this team cannot score goals. Yo, we got a super chat, $10 from Ange, number one fan. Uh-oh. Thank you for the super chat. Don said Penguins goaltender is not all that good. Yeah, Jari, I think he's playing for a spot in the NHL at this point. Pittsburgh with a chance to end it. That's right. Andrew's a legendary. Just second behind me. But other than that. Urban said, I hope the Wild play the Jets again this year so they can take runs at Stanley. And they probably will. Don said that has been the issue with the Islanders all season long. They can't score. Exactly. They can't score goals. No. So what is the Ranger game score? It's still 3-3. 7 minutes left in the third period. And Urban brings up a great point. He said, Urban says, scoring been the Islanders' issues for years, but they're built for playoff hockey. Exactly. But again, doesn't matter if you can't make the playoffs, right? Javante Patton. Let's go, Pens. Let's go. Shout out to Javante Patton. That's all right. We could have some enemy territory in here. Shazam says Isles have been outplayed and out hustled tonight. Yep. Shazam's right. He is 100% right. And Don Weaver says Devils' issues has been defensive breakdowns, can't get the puck out of their zone. And that's a big issue. And I think some of that's going to get fixed with guys with their team being bigger, right? I think that Curtis Lazar and Timo Meyer, two guys that are bigger bodies coming in, is going to help them out a lot with that. Is it the end-all be-all fix? Probably not, but it's definitely going to help, I would think, winning puck battles and things like that in order to get the puck out of the zone. And Pittsburgh scored. That's it. Oh, that was 3-1. Okay. What's going on, Daniel, your boy? He says, hey, Kev, how's the game so far? I'm watching Oilers Bruins. 3-1 Penguins. Yeah, not a great night, Dan, unfortunately. Tough night for the Islanders. Yeah, the Islanders are just getting beat up. Javante brings up a great point. He said, in my opinion, the Pens shot themselves in the foot the last two games versus the Islanders, and tonight they haven't. That's the difference. Yeah, that's true. Uh-oh, is there a goal? Dad, you're spoiling it. That line has been incredible, too. Cizikas, Martin, and Fashing. And Hudson Fashing again. And this is a one-goal game in Pittsburgh. Yeah, he's hyped. 5th goal of the season. goals in back-to-back games. And Javonte, we got a game here. Okay, he's not worried. Okay. And to be honest, yeah, the way the Islanders are, that was a great play, though, by Fashing. Off the skate, that was a good pass by Cizikas, too. To be honest, though, Jari probably should have had that, though. And we'll take that one to the bank. And it's a one-goal game, 5 minutes left. It's going to make this a more dramatic finish, nonetheless. Even if the Islanders lose, it's going to make it a little bit more entertaining for us here. So I'm down for it. Oh, my God. Dad's spoiling the goals. Oh, man. You can't get too excited, though, because it is one goal. Out in D.C., here's an update. The Washington Capitals and the New Jersey Devils tied at 2, and I think that's what Don was alluding to earlier. Out shooting the Capitals by double. They're doubling the Capitals in shots. Nonetheless, it's a 2-2 game in Washington, and maybe we'll take a look at that at the end of this game. Flyers and Hurricanes, 1-0 Carolina with 3 minutes left in the third period. A very Rod Brendamore-esque game. And it looks like the Hurricanes are pretty much going to close that one out and are going to out John Tortorella, the Philadelphia Flyers. Meanwhile, in terms of Islander fans, the update in Buffalo, a 7-3 spanking. The Dallas Stars are owning the Buffalo Sabres tonight in Buffalo, and 2 back-to-back tough losses for the Sabres. One against the Islanders the other night on Long Island. Now they're losing in this one at home 7-3. Update in St. Louis, it's 1-1 between the Sharks and the Blues. A pretty good game there so far. Two teams that are kind of fighting for the bottom of the NHL standings, so both teams are probably hoping they lose this one. Meanwhile, LA and Colorado, that's a pretty big game in the Western Conference. LA up 1-0, just over halfway through the first period. 1-0 Kings in the Mile High City. And of course, our game, our feature game tonight, 3-2 Pittsburgh in the third period. A few minutes left, and Hudson Fashing is going to make this a dramatic finish. Nonetheless, the Islanders make it a one-goal game. Javonte said, are the Lightning dead forever or what? Listen, Javonte, if anybody really believes the Lightning are dead, you're crazy. We've seen this way too many times from this team. Oh, they're tired. This is it. This is the end of the road. And then they won another Stanley Cup. I'm not ready to say it yet. I can't. And that was the thought last year. And they did what they did last year, going all the way to the Cup final. I'm not ready to say the Lightning are done just yet. Just yet. Urban says the Flyers are so bad. Yes, they are. Urban said, Stars confuse me. So up and down Sabres too. Yes. Same. Yeah. Very inconsistent. I think that's the biggest problem with the Stars. And a lot of that, unfortunately, is Jake Ottinger just not really playing up to snuff recently. He's a very good goaltender, but this team kind of relies. This reminds me of the really good Rangers teams with Lundqvist, but the team just relies on him way too much, and they don't have enough impact scorers that can get that big goal or take that big lead. That's kind of been the biggest problem here. Yo, what's going on? Shaka, welcome to the chat. Been a while. Yeah, and your team is tied right now with the Blues. We just gave that update, but shout out to Shaka. Welcome to the chat. Urban said every year they just take a little breath, a little breathe in, then wham, Lightning to the finals. Yep, that's the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's the way the Bolts do things. Urban said the playoffs are going to be all about the hot goalies this year, and there's so many this year. Exactly. And that's why Sorokin's save percentage has been very good. The fact he's given up 3 goals tonight, that's been well below his standard here the past couple of weeks. And Don said, yeah, the Stars are leading the Sabres 7-3. Just an outright blowout in Buffalo. I think Pittsburgh's just got that will tonight. They won't let the Islanders win this one. I mean, unless the Islanders somehow will their way, the the ask here is a lot. And with the way the Penguins have played recently, the last 2 games against the Islanders, I think they mark this one on their calendars after that back-to-back with the Islanders. Yeah, the passes aren't even connecting. Like, I don't know what these guys like. 3 minutes to go. Shaka said, "I've missed the last 5 streams. How's the quality been? Looks good right now." It's been pretty good recently, Shaka. Definitely a lot better. Javante said, "Didn't know you were an Isles fan. Disappointing." Yeah, I made that video the other day on the Penguins, and I could tell you were a Penguins fan. But Javante's given some chats to the channel. He's my man. Even though he's a Penguins fan, I could still appreciate that. Big supporter of the channel. And Shaka said, "And what's with the coin sound effect?" PJ and Ali Desh were giving us a couple of big super chats during the and Ange were giving a couple of big donations during the trade deadline live streams, and I had enough to buy a soundboard for the channel. So now we've got a couple of interesting noises that I'll be playing for you guys. So that's what the noises. I have a couple of different ones. And Pittsburgh empty net. He missed the net. I don't think it matters, honestly. No way. Thanks, Code. So the Islanders score, and we're tied. I didn't see it yet, but the Islanders tied it. Anders Lee. I haven't seen it yet. Upper. Yeah! Oh, Javante. And with 1:15 left, the New York Islanders have tied this game in Pittsburgh, scoring 2 goals in the final 10 minutes. Everyone be nice to Javante. He's a Penguins fan. Leave him alone. Well, I spoke too soon. Yeah, Javante, that is, I mean, listen, there's still, I mean, even if this game goes to overtime, which, listen, you never really know at this point, but the Islanders will tonight. I didn't watch the first 2 periods, but wow. And Pittsburgh almost got that empty netter, guys. Remember that too. But there's still a minute left. This game is not over quite yet. Yeah, I don't think they're going to want to wait till overtime. I don't think Pittsburgh's like, yeah, nah, I'm not giving them a point. I don't think either team wants to give the other one a point. This could be really interesting here, the final 40 seconds. Yeah, you could see that. And I don't know what's going on. He's like humping him in the corner. That was kind of weird. Not a good look there. Yeah, Urban said the empty netter would have been called off by high stick. It was high stick, and he missed the net. So that was not going to be a goal, nonetheless. Javante said everyone fighting for a wild card is the real loser. Yeah, they're probably pissed right now. They're probably like, "Oh, this is good. Only one of them can win, right?" But they can both go to overtime too, which is a loss for the Sabres, the Senators, the Red Wings, the Panthers. I guess the Capitals and the Red Wings are still in the hunt a little bit, but this is a very good game nonetheless. I know Javante's probably upset that they gave the Islanders a point nonetheless. But you cannot deny this has been an incredible hockey game. I know he's right now he's upset because they gave up the goal, but I mean, this has been a great game. Don said, kind of missed it, clicking back and forth to the Devils and Rangers. Nets just saw the replay. Oh, come on, you're watching the Nets over the Islanders? Come on, that's not allowed. That's not allowed, Don. You can't do that. Maybe it was good that you flipped back and forth. It was good luck that you weren't on for that couple minutes. Oh my God. So we have a scoring update in Buffalo, and it is now 10-4 Dallas over the Buffalo Sabres. What the who is in can you look who's in net for the Sabres? And it'll say the guy that got pulled. But oh my God, Buffalo. What is going on? Oh, I logged out of the stream by accident. Shit. You could get back in. He's still in net. Why? Eric Comrie is 35 and 40. He's made 35 saves on 45 shots. Oh my God. Thank you for the update, Javante. He said the Rangers and the Canadians are going to overtime. All right. That should be a good finish. Shaka said a game this good cannot end in a shootout. Great point there from Shaka. NHL is better than everything. Yes. Wayne says, put a defenseman in net at this point. Yeah, Eric Comrie. Listen, I don't want to be the guy, but 35 saves on 45 shots. What game? I know I kind of want to watch it, but I want to watch the end of the Islander game too. Like, this game is the more important game, especially a featured game they all want to see. So Pittsburgh's setting up in the zone. I don't even know why I'm bothering. It's so delayed. Anderson's been too good. Probably don't want to waste him. Pittsburgh's got the puck. And Malkin. Oh, geez. Oh, somebody got beat. Oh, man. Horvat got beat. Little lazy in his own end there. What's Greenway's plus minus for that game? Can you look? Look at the Buffalo game and look for Jordan Greenway on the Sabres roster, if you can. And it says plus minus. You know what that is. Yo, what's going on? Ali Bess, welcome to the chat. We're looking that up, Urban, right now. And Paul Murray, breakaway! Oh. Jordan Greenway. He's on Buffalo. -2. He's a -2 tonight, Urban. Jordan Greenway, a -2 tonight. So he wasn't on the ice for that much, but he is a minus, which I would assume most of the Sabres are after this game. And now, oh God, Malkin and Aho. That is scary one-on-one. Yes, Ali Dash, better late than never. Yep. Ali Dash, it is 3-3 in overtime. The Islanders are down 3-1, scored 2 goals in the final 10 minutes to tie the game, to take it to overtime. Uh-oh. And Nelson breakaway. Brock Nelson. He's yours! And the Islanders steal it from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Oh my God. Wow. And that shout out to Cody for not spoiling the goal for me. I know he can hear me. Thank you so much. And the Islanders beat the Penguins. GG, Javante. I know he doesn't want to hear it right now, but shout out to him. And the Islanders, wow. What a finish. And the Islanders stunned the Penguins for a third consecutive game. Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, we need to clip it. Yeah, Shaka, we need to clip it. Yeah. What a game. Yo, yeah, yo, it's like the same game every time. Yeah, listen, I feel for Javante right now. Um, there's really no excuse. And I hate to say it. And listen, Javante, I don't have to tell him this. This is not the same Penguins core and team from those cup years. And I'm not saying anything he doesn't know already, but these are the games that really sting. But the Islanders, that was a great shot by Nelson, though. I mean, I'll give it to him. Oh, man. Wow. Unbelievable. The three stars of the game, Anders Lee, 2 goals. Sorokin with 33 saves, and Nelson with the GWG, his 28th of the season. And the Islanders, our featured game, better late than never. Okay, yo, shout out to Javante for staying in the chat. He's a good sport. Shout out to Javante. And hopefully you're playing hopefully we see you in the next live stream. I know it's been a rough night for you, so I don't blame you for heading out of here. But thank you so much, Javante. So what game do you guys want to look at next? What game do you want next? Thoughts on Fashion, Kevin? Would you have him full-time in the lineup next year? Okay. So, Jeremy, you got to play a little armchair GM. I know people love that. But the way I look at this is – so here's my thoughts, right? So first line, you've got Barzell, Horvat, Wallstrom. Second line, Lee, Palmieri, and the GWG, Nelson. Third line is still a little up in the air. Depends on what happens with Pajot. Depends on what happens with some of these other guys in the lineup. But your fourth line that is rebuilt, Hudson Fasching, Casey Zizekas, Matt Martin. Leave it like that. And I think that's perfect for the Islanders. All right. I'm going with Morgan here. Morgan wants the Golden Knights, so we're going to look at the Golden Knights. So the final in Buffalo, 10-4. That's right. 10-4 Dallas over the Buffalo Sabres. Oh, my God. What a game there. What a game. I wish I took off. Oh, the Rangers are still going on in Montreal. Uh-oh. It's still going. And a Montreal Canadiens power play. Adam Fox with holding. Oh, we might have an interesting finish here. Good night, all, and have a great weekend. Yes, Jeremy, but to answer your question, yes, Hudson Fasching is on the Islanders next year. That is my pick. He has been that good. Cooch makes it 3-2. Oh, we got a game there. Sens in Seattle, 10 p.m. start. All right, Ali Dash. All right, I see you. I see what you're saying. Oh, man. See, you know what? We should have fucking went to that game. Yeah. Oh. I was so close to going to that game in Pittsburgh. Oh. Now I'm just realizing that I could have been there. Oh, that would have been. Yeah, they would have. I know that. I have to tell myself that. Do you want a little bit? I can't eat all of it. And I'm trying to talk to them. They keep leaving. I see them leaving when I'm eating. You want to eat a little bit? Ali Dash said, tried to nap earlier, but my son was playing basketball in the basement. That's like me playing hockey in the basement. In his defense, he asked for permission first, and I said yes. All right. That's a good lad you got there, Ali Dash. And we're watching the game in overtime. Rangers, Canadians in overtime. Adam Fox penalty. And in the final minute, the Rangers are trying to hold off here to take this to a shootout. Ali Dash is a good dad. You're right, Morgan. Oh, man. So let me know, guys, in terms of the Islanders game, some of these other games, what are you guys thinking? Let me know down below. And Montreal, that was close. Shesterkin is bailing them out right now, and it looks like this is going to go to a shootout in Montreal. Oh! One last shot. Javante, last thing I'm going to say is Pens traded Bluger, a good faceoff guy, got Granlund, a career 43% guy who went 33% tonight, included some big ones at the end. Yeah, I get that, but I think a lot of it, you wonder if did Hextall make that kind of move, right? Trading Bluger to Vegas and bringing in Granlund. I thought Granlund was a good fit there, but you're bringing up a good point. And did he make a move just to make a move? I wonder, right? And was that really what was best? See, the problem is I look at Granlund as like in his prime, Nick Bonino in his prime, right? Like a better version of Bonino. So I don't know. He's a guy that fits with, I don't know. Maybe you could let me know, Javante, but I think he fits Sullivan's system better, right? As more of that moving the play, right? A good playmaker. I don't know. Let me know what you think, Javante, before you head out. But that's kind of how I think of that. I think he's actually a good fit there. But yeah, you're right. If you can't win faceoffs, that's kind of critical, especially at this time of year. But I am thrilled right now that the Islanders won this game. Oh, Javante, join my Vegas Golden Knights. I don't know if he's going to do that with the way the Golden Knights are. They got to win a cup first, probably, for Javante to jump on. Maybe while the Penguins are in a rebuild. He doesn't want to hear me even say that right now. Javante said, I like Granlund. He was good tonight. We just didn't have very many good face-off guys to begin with. Yeah. And for years, it's always been Crosby, right? Crosby. And is Malkin a good face-off taker? I don't know about that. I don't know if Malkin's a good face-off guy, but obviously Crosby is. Wayne says, let's go Montreal. Damn right. And he missed the net. Can't score if you miss the net. Who is that? Rem Pitlick? No, he doesn't look like Pitlick. It is Pitlick. Wow. Is that the other one? There's two Pitlicks, I think, in the NHL now, right? At least Buffalo lost. Bad. 10-4 final in Buffalo. Oh, my God. Here comes Capo Caco. Potentially the next Montreal Canadian. If Jeff Gorton really wants him, I could see that happening. Again, everybody will say, oh, here's the armchair GM coming out. I was right on the Ekholm move. I was right on the Jeannot trade. I was right on a couple of these guys. So call me crazy, but there is something there. Tyler and Rem Pitlick. Thank you, Ali Dash. Yeah, I remember one of the Pitlicks was a first-round pick by Edmonton, and we know how that went. And Suzuki got in too tight. Good save there by Shesterkin, but yeah, Suzuki trying to do too much there. And guys, if you can, if you have not already, make sure to get those likes up. Oh man, we're missing a good one in Vegas, 3-3. So Tampa Bay all of a sudden coming back to life. Yes, Morgan, we will get to that game at the end of this one. They're in a shootout. And Zibanejad, oh my God, he undressed Montembeau. Holy shit. That was a great play. Yeah. Sometimes you say too many moves, but Montembeau bit hard. Oh my God. Former Ottawa Senator Mika Zibanejad with the goal. Whoa. Trying to catch Shesterkin off guard, but Shesterkin and the Rangers with a huge win in Montreal. They've been struggling recently, and you know what? The Habs have played good recently, so that's kind of a momentum builder there for the Rangers. Here comes all the Ranger fans. Oh, we got the win. Okay, congrats. And we got to see this game in Vegas because it was 3-1 Vegas at one point, and now it sounds like Tampa Bay has come back to life. You know, they're like the Frankenstein. You think they're dead. It's like Michael Myers, right? You think he's dead, and then he just comes back to life. That's how it works. So they're going to overtime. Thank you for the update, Ange. We have an update. The Vegas Golden Knights and Tampa Bay Lightning going to OT. And so are the Devils and Capitals going overtime down there in Washington. Interesting. So we have a couple of games going to OT tonight. We've had a couple of really good ones. The Islanders, obviously, our featured game, of course, was the dramatic finish of all dramatic finishes. What are you guys saying? That's an unconditional, always rebuilding. LOL. I'm angry at Quick if he blows this. He's cut. Uh-oh. Ali Desh says March 9th, the night of overtime. Yeah, you sound about right now, Ali Desh. Right on the money there. So we got OT in Vegas watching the Golden Knights feed. Let's see what they got for us. My prediction? Oh, they're in Tampa. Jonathan Quick with the overtime winner for the Golden Knights. Brandon says, I'm a Pens fan. I'm pissed at Jeff Carter. Welcome to the chat, Brandon. And welcome. Thank you for joining us. So we were just talking about Granlund earlier. He lost a lot of faceoffs. And the question is, again, this is nitpicking. Teddy Blucher was good at faceoffs. They sent him to Vegas. They lost a couple faceoffs tonight that were pretty key. That was probably a big reason why Pittsburgh struggled tonight, Brandon. So shout out to you. But and Jeff Carter, listen, the problem is you already hate the Granlund trade. Okay. Yeah, see, this is the problem, and Javante brings it up. Thank you, Javante, for the stats. Jeff Carter went 29% in the faceoff dot, and Granlund went 33%. Ali Desh, you can't take Stone because is Mark Stone still hurt? I don't think Ali Desh, Mark Stone's in the lineup. See, I'm different. I'm indifferent on the Granlund trade. I think he's a better fit for Mike Sullivan in terms of his scheme, but in terms of winning faceoffs, which they really need, it is a loss. And who got it? Shootout. And we have an update in DC. The Capitals and the Devils are going to a shootout. Yeah, he missed the empty netter, Brandon, but there was a high stick before that, so it was a delayed high stick. They blew the play dead, and he missed the net. And you could get mad he missed the net. It wasn't going to count even if he hit the net, though. Who's in net for the Caps, babe? I assume Vitek Vanacek, right? Is that not the perfect Vitek Vanacek? Oh, no. Jesus, I forgot Vanacek's not there anymore. Vitek maybe for New Jersey and Kemper for the Caps tonight. Yes. Yeah. Wayne said it was a high stick anyway. Are we about to see a Tampa comeback? Is this a sign of things to come in Tampa? I don't think Morgan's saying no. I know he's thinking that right now, but I don't know. Tampa Bay. Ali Dash says Angela riding gunshot for Zeta running the goal line hockey stat department. Yup. She's not working tonight, so Lemper. Shout out to Urban. I love that. That's hysterical. That's a good one, Urban. They're saying hi to you. Javante said Jeff Carter, Granlund aren't the problem, though. This team did the exact same things in the Rangers and Isles series of the last two playoffs. I can't explain it. Exactly. And I hate to say it, Javante, how much of that, especially in the Rangers series, how much of that was goaltending? And I hate to bring up this point again, because how many years have we talked about Jari, DeSmith, whatever goalie, pick the goalie that's been through there. They're very reluctant to go away from that group. But how many more times do they have to go with this goalie tandem to realize it's not working? I think that's a huge part of it is the goaltending. You guys will obviously let me know down below. Shout out to Brandon and Javante, the enemy lines in Pittsburgh, coming in the chat. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for getting the likes up to 12. We got 12 likes already, guys. Thank you so much. If you want to guarantee that I answer your question, leave a super chat and I will answer it on the spot. I'm trying to get through as many of yours as I can, guys. 3 minutes left here in overtime. Tampa seems to be dominating. Morgan has to be pissing himself right now. Urban, Murray, DeSmith, Jari, LOL, should have kept Fleury. I'd love to know what Javante and Brandon think of that, because since Fleury has left, this team has been – they had the Murray run, but for the most part, they've struggled in between the pipes since Fleury's left. And again, a lot of that is the it factor, right? Like guys like Bonino, Kessel that were there in their prime, they just don't have that anymore. That could have been a penalty on Eichel. Wow. I'm shocked they didn't call that. He tripped him hard. They're an OT, babe.
4-3.
Oh. No, not yet. Oh, Vegas wins it. Morgan is a happy man tonight. Yo. We got a super chat, $5 from Javante Patton. Despite it being a tough night for the Penguins, he says, thanks for putting in that OT and providing a little support for us Pens fans. You're welcome, Javante. Listen, I'm not gonna be the person here, whether they won or lost this game. If you've seen my channel long enough, you know that I give criticism to everybody. And I keep my biases as hard as I can. Like even for this, like Vegas won the game. I'm excited. I am able to separate my fandom from what I think of other teams. And Rangers fans, I've had a lot of Ranger fans, which is the best compliment. And now from Penguins fans, the best compliment is Rangers, Devils, and Penguins fans telling me, I love your content. Thank you. You're not very non-biased. You guys don't realize how much that means to me. That really means a lot, Javante. Thank you so much. So with that said, the Vegas Golden Knights, despite a little scare there in the third period, they gave the Tampa fans hope and a huge win for Morgan and his Golden Knights. They cash in 2 points tonight in Tampa Bay. Great game, though. Wow. Oh, it's still going? So we're going to a shootout, and the Devils win it in a shootout. So the Devils come out with the 2 points in Washington, which as an Islanders fan, I have to say I'm actually happy about. But a tough loss once again for the Capitals, and that is making that game Saturday night against the New York Islanders all the more important for the Capitals, because that might be their last nail. That might be the last nail in the coffin for the Caps. And Timo Meier with the game winner in a shootout. That's about as dramatic as an introduction to the East Coast as you can get for Timo Meier. And the Devils win it on the road in Washington. Vassy, get out of here. You're overrated. Well, Morgan coming in hot. What should I go to? What game? What is that? What's the 2-0 game? Oh, yeah. So we are heading up to Boston. The Edmonton Oilers and the Boston Bruins tied at 2 on this ESPN. I'm not listening. 2-2 in Boston. The Oilers and the Bruins. This is a big game, honestly, for the Oilers. The Bruins are trying to get to 50 wins tonight, which is big for them. But, let's be honest, the Oilers, this would be a huge confidence boost for them down the stretch. If they could find a way to win this one in Boston, not many teams win in Boston this year. This would be huge for the Oilers. Oh, and the Oilers scored. Darnell Nurse from the point. And a big goal in Boston as the Oilers take a 3-2 lead from a unexpected goal scorer, Darnell Nurse. And the Oilers with just under 5 minutes left. Wow. I don't know if that was tipped or not. Doesn't look like it was tipped. That just went right through Lena. That went right through Swayman. And a big goal for Edmonton. It looks like it was tipped, though, the way it kind of bounced around. Want some? You can have your drink. Never mind. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Morgan says, okay, y'all have a good night and go, Knights, go. Shout out to Morgan. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Keep an eye on our goal. Guys, goal_hockey on Twitter. If you guys want to know the second that I am releasing a new live stream, you guys want to know, is Kevin live streaming tonight? Goal_hockey on Twitter. I will let you know there. I'll try and keep it up here on the community tab on YouTube and things like that, but I'm doing the best I can. Uh-oh. Javante said, my mom and dad legit called me to surprise me with Pens versus Avs tickets in Denver, March 22nd. Not a good time. Read the room. Oh. Ali Dash brings up a good point. I disagree, Javante. Always a good time to receive ticket news. Yeah, I know, but especially when you go on the road, you never want. I get what he's saying though. Like if it depends where, because I think see, like if I wanted to go to the Flyers Islanders game in Philly, I feel like that's one of those places you got to be careful with. But recently, and we maybe have to talk, we have to do a Flyers live stream this weekend because the amount of stuff that's gone on in Philadelphia the past 2 weeks between the JVR trade that happened, that didn't happen, Chuck Fletcher and the state of the Flyers fan base just freaking out over him being there. John Tortorella's comments, Tony D'Angelo going on Flyers SB Nation and saying that all these armchair GMs and couch GMs need to shut up and stuff like that. It's hysterical. The clown world right now in Philadelphia, honestly, maybe there's a little bias from my Islanders fandom, but it's kind of hysterical to see. And Javante's probably, listen, Javante, wants something to be happy about. The Flyers right now are a joke in the Eastern Conference, and specifically the Metropolitan Division, even more so than Columbus, I would say. At least Columbus is trying to lose. The Flyers are not. And I think they're going to get Kevin Hayes this summer. I think Columbus will end up getting Kevin Hayes. Again, there's a lot of time between now and then. Urban said, so when's Chuck Fletcher getting fired? When I get the call from Comcast that I'm going to be the next GM of the Philadelphia Flyers, that's when you'll know. That's when Chuck Fletcher will be fired. Ali Desh has loved the Flyers, but they are a total joke. And I want to like the Flyers. Honestly, like, I think their fan base, I've been there, and those fans are weird. Like those, I think I don't know if one of them is called the Yinzers. I think it's Pittsburgh or Philly. They call themselves Yinzers. I don't know why would give yourself such a weird nickname. I think it's Pittsburgh, and Javante will let me know. But they're just a weird group. Like in Philadelphia, they don't screw around, guys. Like they're kind of freaks in nature of people. Very blue collar. Ali Deshes Lindros was one of my faves back in the day. Yeah. And he says him and Leclerc, Jacques Leclerc, right? Terrorized the league for years. Yes. And you know what? I think I have a soft spot for Flyers fans because that's the first time I got recognized as goal line hockey in public. John Leclerc. I lost my thought. Yeah, so the first time I got noticed in public was at a Flyers game. Not at an Islanders game from my fellow team that I see them all the time. No, not from them. A Flyers fan said, goal line hockey? And I was like, I didn't even know what to do. I was like, oh, damn. Yeah, Ali Dash says he remembers this story. Yeah, so I think that's why I have a soft spot for the Flyers fans out there. So we have a really good update in Boston. The Oilers with a late goal in the third period. And Jim Montgomery is letting the boys hear it on the bench in Boston. Darnell Nurse with the go-ahead goal. Yeah. Darnell Nurse with the go-ahead goal to give the Oilers a 3-2 lead. A minute 51 left in the third period, and the Bruins are trying to tie this game. I get the sense they will tie this game. I don't know. The way that the Oilers play defensively and goaltending wise against the Bruins, this is a recipe for disaster for the Oilers, if I got to be honest right now. And you guys will say Kevin called it when it happens, but right now, I get the feeling that the Bruins are going to tie it up here. Brandon said, Malkin, Zucker, and Crosby, Gensel, Rust, Raquel, Petrie, and Letang play for the Pens. Everyone else in the team is just there. Yeah, they're passengers. Too many passengers. A lot of teams say that. There's too many passengers on our team, and I think that is unfortunately the case in Pittsburgh. And you can't really blame Hextall for that anymore. I think a lot of it, and we talked about this earlier, the goaltending has been an issue in Pittsburgh. And I got to be honest, the defense has not been very good either. I think that's why missing out on Chychrun honestly was kind of a huge loss for the Penguins, more so than a lot of other teams. And now he just says, hey, goal line hockey must feel weird. That's pretty accurate, Brandon. Yeah, he's right on Pittsburgh. And we always say Pittsburgh is the oldest team in NHL history, I think, which that's kind of that's not good. But again, that's a lot of that core, right? Letang, Crosby, and Malkin are getting up there. They're in their mid-30s now. Oh, man, Boston almost tied it. And that would have been Marchand. People would have been pissed. Javante said, my parents are casuals and don't understand how much I'm hurting. Yeah, I hear you right now, Javante. And the problem is, Javante, a lot of people aren't going to have any sympathy because of the Penguins' success. That's the reality. Like right now, I think Blackhawks fans, everybody's just ganging up on the Penguin, on the league, everybody's ganging up on the Blackhawks fans because they're like, oh, you guys had your time. You had your time to have success. Now you have to pay for it with pain. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I think that's unfortunately what Javante's going to have to deal with here for the next little while. Yeah, I get it, bro. Yeah, Ali Desh is a Senators fan. He gets it. Yo, welcome to the chat. Welcome back, Shazam. He said, how about those Islanders? Huge 2 points. Big Kev. Yep, shout out to Shazam. Big win for the Islanders. Probably, other than myself, probably the biggest Islander supporter here at Goal Line Hockey. Shout out to Shazam. Javante said, I didn't start watching hockey until 2019, so I missed all the success. Oh, my God. So, Javante, you might be the reason they're having all this misery. You might be bad luck. Yeah, you arrived to the train way too late, Javante. You picked up, like, the first train was, like, 2010-ish, and then the second train was, like, 2015, and then, like, the fifth train was 2019. Oh, man. Shaking my head. Shout out to Javante, though. Shazam says, greatness recognizes greatness. That's right. Shout out to Shazam. Oh, my God, Javante. And same thing for the Steelers. Oh, my goodness. Wow. So the Oilers win this game in Boston. Yeah, Jay Woodcroft should be pretty. Oh, he almost fell off the bench. He's a little too excited. But the Oilers, wow, they stealed a big 2 points tonight in Boston. And the Bruins lose at home, which is kind of a rare occurrence there for the Bruins fans. But, hey, listen, one more game to get to 50. They are on the hunt with 49 wins, trying to get to 50 wins on the season. Probably the Sharks game. So I don't know if Shaka's still in the chat, but we're taking a look at the Sharks and the St. Louis Blues out in St. Louis. A pretty close game in St. Louis right now. It's a tied game at 2. The Sharks have been playing much better. The last 2 games the Sharks have had, David Quinn got fined $25,000 for effing off the refs. We'll just leave it at that. 25 grand. That took a big paycheck out of David Quinn. Erik Karlsson got a huge penalty the other night. It was 6-0 in Colorado. He slammed his helmet against the boards. Does that sound familiar, Rangers fans? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Erik Karlsson was very upset, and they seem to be playing better tonight at St. Louis. Now, the Blues aren't that good, And Urban said, to be fair, the refs are horrendous. Yeah, and I wish I said something to Shaka earlier, but I want his thoughts on that because honestly, I think the Sharks have gotten the rear side from the officials here the past couple of games. They have. I've watched some of the calls, like a couple of bad high sticks. Carlson was mad. Honestly, the refs have been bad for the Sharks, I will admit. Cristiano Pereira, welcome to the chat. As an Islanders fan, we gotta love the Penguins. Always brings us happiness. Those poached eggs always taste better. Those poached Penguin eggs always taste better after the Islanders get 2 points from the Penguins. Shout out to Cristiano Pereira. Thank you so much for joining us. Wayne said that's still only 8 losses for Boston. That's crazy. I think that's their 9th regulation loss, Dad. But still, nonetheless, they haven't lost 10 games in regulation this whole season is ridiculous. And their record at home is, again, ridiculous. Any team, whoever has to play them in the first round of the playoffs, it's going to be really difficult. And if it's the Islanders, I really hope not. I hope they catch the Rangers and the Rangers play the Bruins in the first round. That would be great. The Rangers did so well against them this weekend. And the Blues score. St. Louis takes a 3-2 lead in the third period. That's a big goal there for St. Louis and a 3-2 lead. So the Sharks just cannot catch a break right now. Yeah, they just updated the standings. Yeah. And Don said the Islanders complete the season sweep of the Penguins. First time they ever did that. Yes. Yeah, that's difficult. And especially with the Penguins in the past like 30 years, the Mario Lemieux era, the Crosby era, that's difficult to do. There's so much sour cream on here. You're killing me. There's a lot of fat too. Thank you. Cristiano says, heavy fan base for the Islanders. Oh, Brazilian. Shout out to Cristiano Pereira. Yo, that's awesome, man. And you have a great name, by the way. That is pretty cool. At least you didn't get guac. That's a dumb. Yeah. There was. High stick. Yeah, that's a high stick. So there was rumors, and again, this is all rumor, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But according to Elliot Friedman, he said the other day that a team had given a serious offer to Mario Ferraro, the Sharks defenseman. And at the time, I heard some stuff before the deadline that could be on the table. He's going to be the next captain of the Sharks if he doesn't get traded before then. And the problem with that is the Sharks are looking for more young defensemen and goaltenders. And Mario Ferraro is literally what they're looking for. So I think they saw the package. They said, this is a nice package, but let's be honest. We don't want to trade Mario Ferraro. So that is something to watch for. That was potentially on the table. But I think the Sharks realized, yeah, we considered chopping him, and then they kind of pulled that back. But that would have been very interesting. I'd love to know the team that was interested in that package of Mario Ferraro. Kind of leaves you wondering, who was on the table there sniffing around on it. But I guess we'll never really know, right? You want any? The heck is the green stuff?
Peppers.
Oh. Hallie Dash says, I need an Italian woman in my life. That's right. State of Survival. What a win. Shout out to State of Survival. Huge win for the New York Islanders as they defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins in our featured game of the night. There's a 3-1 lead for the Penguins in the third. I was sitting here halfway through the period. I was saying, listen, guys, I have no expectations the Islanders win this game. Pittsburgh was playing well defensively. They were blocking. Oh, my God. They were blocking a ton of shots. And I really didn't think they were going to get it done. But at the end of the day, the Islanders they just willed their way to a win. And that's what they've done against Pittsburgh. They've done it. I mean, I don't know if you remember this game earlier this season, State of Survival, but I went to that game at the Garden. The Islanders were down 3-1 at MSG. I was sitting there in the intermission. All the Ranger fans were partying, dancing, listening to this stupid DJ guy. And the Islanders scored that goal early in the third by Pellick. They tied the game, right, by Lee. I don't know. Somebody tied, whatever. Somebody, I think, no, it was a defenseman, I think. Nonetheless. And then Lee got the game winner. The Islanders have found a way to win games that they probably shouldn't have won. The Calgary game, the Avalanche game. They've done this all year. They're just doing it when it really matters right now. And he said, and State of Survival also says, Dobson had some defensive gaps. Oof. Good thing Jari sucks. Shout out to State of Survival. Welcome to the chat, Tanner. He says, Canes win. How about that Dallas Sabres game? We talked about that earlier, Tanner. Honestly, I mean, I don't want to call out Eric Comrie, but oh my God. Eric Comrie, 35 saves on 45 shots, and they didn't pull him. Yeah, really bad game for Eric Comrie. Like adios, my man. Eric Comrie, rough night for him. Kushit Revenge. Oh, man, I just cursed. Kush Revenge. We're going to call you that. Kush Revenge says New York Isles versus the ghost of David Volek beat the Pens in Pittsburgh. I'm not sure who David Volek is. But thank you for joining us, Kush. Ali Dash says LMFAO. Tanner says, how do you leave Comrie in for that slaughter? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they just waved the white flag and they might have see, this is the thing that nobody talks about. The Sabres have all these games in hand on the Islanders, Penguins, and Panthers. The problem is they have they play Tuesday night against the Islanders. They play tonight, and I believe they play another game tomorrow night. So they're picking up all these games in a very short amount of time. So everybody's like, oh, they have all these points. No. You still got to win those games. Those points aren't guaranteed. And I think that they're seeing that right now. And they are not playing tomorrow night. I don't know what that is by the Sabres. They play the Rangers on Saturday. That's going to be a big game for the Sabres. If you want a litmus test, the Rangers coming into town is big. Then they don't play again until Monday, and they have to go up to TO Toronto, to the GTA. So Buffalo has the next two games here this weekend are huge. Daniel Pose, welcome to the chat, Daniel. He says, it's all fun and games till my Bruins lose. I want to beat the Red Wings on Saturday. And guys, if you want down below, let me know because I might be doing a live stream on Sunday, and I'm trying to figure out which game should I do. Oh, that's really good. That's a good point there by Daniel. That's the second of a back-to-back. Boston and Detroit. They play in Detroit on Sunday at 1:30. Maybe I'll be doing a live stream for that one. Bertuzzi playing his former team in Detroit. That could be really good. Luis, welcome to the chat. Our fellow Panthers fan in the chat. Welcome to the chat, Luis. Go, Cats, go. Yeah, let's take a look at this Senators game. The Senators are in Seattle, And if it is Shane Pinto, that's a Franklin Square, New York native with the goal, his 17th of this season. Parker, welcome to the chat. He says, I need 2 Italian women. Uh-oh. Watch that guy. I don't know what he's saying here. Ali Desh says, yes, sir. Yo, it's hysterical. Shout out to Parker. Don't be mean.
I'm touching my phone.
Yeah, the Senators are playing well here. Luis says the Panthers are red hot, making a playoff run. Buffalo lost 10-4 today. They don't have the goaltending to make a playoff push. Let's go, Panthers. And Don says he's happy the Bruins lost in regulation. I think a lot of people are out there. I know our man in here, Dan, isn't too happy they lost, but everybody else, I think, the other 31 fan bases are happy the Bruins lost tonight. Ottawa's buzzing right now. They're playing well in Seattle. What's going on with Seattle? I was hearing that the Kraken were even going to sell at the deadline. Seattle's really weird, man. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below. So at some point, guys, pencil in another live stream on Sunday. I kind of want to see how things play out, though. Rangers Pittsburgh, that's a really good game. Carolina, New Jersey at 7. Ooh, that's a pretty good game. So there's 3 that I really have to choose from on Sunday. Ali Dash said, agree. Seattle, I can't get a read on. I don't know what they want to do. I don't think they know what they want to do. I think that's part of the problem. Yeah, Hurricanes and Devils is really going to be a good one. Yo, shout out to Dan. He said, I tell you one thing. I am glad the Lightning lost. That's true. I think a lot of people are happy that the Lightning lost again. They've really struggled here recently. Yeah, you guys are all. Yeah, of course, Luis, the Panthers fan in the chat. Of course, he doesn't want them to win. Guys, like I said, I'm trying to get through as many of your guys' things as I can. If you want to guarantee that I answer your guys' questions, leave a super chat. And if you haven't already, even if you don't need to donate, like the damn video. That's the least you could do. All you have to do is click one button, and it helps us out a ton. Tanner said, would have been nice if the Devils lost. Yeah, Timo Meyer with a big goal there. That was nice. Honestly, I can't lie. In his second game with the Devils, clutch goal like that, he hasn't even played a home game yet at the Prudential Center, and he is already going to be a fan favorite. I don't think that's going to take too long. He's got a lot of competition, though. Nico's there. Hughes is there. Mercer, the way he's been playing, is kind of probably grown a big fanfare. I mean, Jesper Bratt's been there a couple years. There's a couple guys, honestly, kind of a big fan of. Uh-oh. Kevin Fiala's limping off the ice. That's the update in LA, or in Colorado. 2-0 Kings in the Mile High City over the Avalanche. We'll see what happens with that one. Kevin Fiala injured, so I'll try and give you guys an update when I can. The Predators and Coyotes also in action tonight. We'll see what happens there. And in St. Louis, it's still 3-2 Blues. Tanner said, would have been nice. Oh, yeah, I read that. Ali Jack, Meyer got more clutch than a Peterbilt. I don't know what that means. And Tomas Hertl with the tip in. That was high. Oh, you see, if they're going from that angle, that might be a good goal. But, yeah, they say no goal. Yeah. They got a different angle. That's not going to be in. So a goal is being reviewed in Seattle or in San Jose. Oh my God. In St. Louis. San Jose scores. Looks like they're going to take it back, though. Will not likely count. We'll see, though. Peterbilt is a type of truck or rig. Oh, okay. Peterbilt is a gas station in the Midwest. Okay. Like a Mack truck. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, guys. And Don says, I do say I watch local hockey as much as I can, but I do say that the Islanders and Devils suck in the shootout, but the Rangers are actually good in the shootout. Yeah. The Islanders are, I don't think they've won a shootout in the last calendar year. That's how long it's been for the Islanders since they last won a shootout. I don't know if I can eat more of this. Mm-hmm. So, what's the update in Seattle? And who's in net for Ottawa tonight? I really want to go to a game in Seattle, but I hate to say it, I haven't heard the best things about Seattle as a city, so I'm kind of taking my time with that one. Oh, Sogard's in tonight. He looks pretty good right now for the Senators. Ali Dash also said the Rags got too much skill. Imagine rolling out Kane, Tarasenko, Zibanejad, Kako, Lafreniere, Kreider, etc. Yeah, that's a good point. But how much does it get to the point where it's a diminishing return? Like you can only have so much of that. And Ottawa scores. Who got that goal? Is that Chikrin again? And Jacob Chikrin scores his second goal as a member of the Ottawa Senators, and it's 2-0 Ottawa in Seattle. What is going on with the Kraken? That was a great, I think that's Stuchla, great entry into the zone. There's a couple Senators fans there. Timmy Stuchla is playing great right now, and Chikrin with a great goal. Nick Holden with kind of just fumbling the puck. And Dan says, and the Coyotes are up. That's good. I assume because Nashville might sneak into the playoffs, but I don't think so. But I guess that's what Dan's saying here. Oh, maybe one of his teams are tanking? I don't know. Isn't Dan a Bruins fan? I'm not really sure. The Coyotes are playing the Predators, and Ottawa scores again. What is going on, Seattle? But see, listen, Ottawa's playing well, man. Is that Josh Brown from the Flyers? Wow. Yo, the Ottawa Senators have come to life here the past couple of minutes, and the Kraken fans are like, oh, shit. Patrick Brown. Patrick Brown, his 6th round pick, converts into his first goal as a member of the Senators. And wow. Fleck Crew, let's go, Isles. Welcome to the chat, Fleck Crew. First period, as I said. Yeah. So Seattle, here comes Dave Haxtell, and he is calling a timeout. Listen, I don't like being the person to say that, who's going to get fired and stuff like that. Haxtell has to be on the hot seat right now. Dave Haxtell, gonna call him Hat Trick Brown. Whoa. If Patrick Brown gets a hat trick. Oh, and Dan says, I am a Bruins fan, but live in Arizona and have to root for them also. And not to mention, they also have incredible jerseys. But okay, that makes sense. I was going to say, I thought you were a Bruins fan earlier. That makes more sense, Dan. Thank you for clarifying. And thank you for joining us here at Goal Line Hockey Live. Appreciate the support, Dan. Listen, Dan, I really thought the Bruins could come back in that game. It just wasn't meant to be. Yeah, Seattle has to score a goal here, like in the next couple minutes, because they need to change the tone here. 3 goals on 8 shots. Yeah, again, some of that's on the goaltending too. Like the goaltending has not been good for Seattle. So as much as you could get upset with Dave Hackstall, I mean, on 8 shots, that's typical in a first period. Grubauer, that's a little bit on Grubauer power right there. He's got to make some saves. So, like I've been saying, guys, stay tuned. Probably Sunday is our next live stream. Sunday, time wise, I don't know yet. It's going to be one of those 3 games: Carolina, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, Rangers, or Detroit and Boston. And there's a couple of really good storylines for all 3 of those games. I'm kind of leaning toward that Red Wings Bruins game. Just the fact Bertuzzi's going to be back in Detroit, I think that's going to be kind of a big one. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. Like I said, goal_hockey, you guys will know as soon as possible, the second that I release that. State of Survival says, damn, the Rangers won. I was hoping we'd catch up. I want to push them out of the playoffs. State of Survival, a lot of things are gonna have to fall into place, but I like that. I listen to say I haven't been saying, listen, the Islanders, they're only 3 games back of the Islanders. The Islanders are 5 points behind them. I don't know. It is a little bit close. It's probably uncomfortably close if you're a Rangers fan. Let's put it that way. Ali Dash says Canes versus Devils easy. I guess in terms of the game itself, you have to go with the top 2 teams in the Metro. But again, I look at the storyline of Bert going back to Detroit. That's kind of why I'm picking that game. But we'll see what happens. I think it's going to end up coming down to those 2, in all honesty. But Ali Dash is making the point here for Canes Devils. All right. Ali Dash says Boston versus Detroit. That's like watching Tyson fight an 8-year-old. Yo, Ali Dash coming in with the heat. Oh my God. Damn. But again, here's the other part of it too, Ali Dash. That's the second of a back-to-back. They play in Boston. They play each other in Boston on Saturday. That'll be the second of a back-to-back. Bertuzzi back in Detroit. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. State of Survival says, how far are you from UBS? How long does it take you to get to a game from where you are? It's like you got to give yourself some time. It depends. Without traffic, it could take me 40 minutes. Easy. Without traffic going on the LIE, 40 minutes. With traffic is a different story. And if State of Survival, I assume you're from the state of New York, maybe not, but traffic, it could easily be over an hour and 15 minutes. I give myself plenty of time. Hallie Dash says Google Suffolk County. Yeah, it's right. It's not far, but it's in that area. Yeah, let's take a look at the Coyotes, man. Shout out to our love there from Dan. Oh, they're in a TV timeout. Oh, State of Survival said, no, I'm from Toronto, been an Islander fan for many years. Oh my God. How were you with the John Tavares thing? How difficult was that for you? Was that not a big deal? Was it more difficult because of people around you? But yeah, good man. Yeah, staying away from why like everybody's a Leaf fan. You're a lemming if you're a Leaf fan. That's my thought, but I don't know. Shout out to my Leaf fans, but let's be honest, you're kind of a bandwagon. Ali Dash as Sens fan in Ottawa. Isles are my second team. That's right, Ali Dash. State of Survival said, no, I live in Europe now. Digital nomad. Good for you, man. Leaf fans are terrible. And what are your guys' thoughts on those Coyotes? Dan, what are your thoughts on the Coyote jersey? Their new third jersey, because I think that jersey has a lot of potential. I just hate the Arizona word mark. I wish they did the Kachina head logo with just the silhouette in that color. I think that's such a missed opportunity, but call me crazy. Kush says David Volek, New York Isles left wing, scores OT winner in 93 playoff series, defeating the Mario Lemieux led Penguins. I didn't know that, Kush. Thank you for that. I'm usually pretty good with that kind of information. The 90s is kind of a weird one though, because the Islanders, that was kind of the downfall of the Islanders in terms of the dynasty era. But they did have some years, and 93 was a good year. I think they went to the conference finals that year, right? I think they did quite well that year. Ali Dash says, I can't type on YouTube. What we call the Leafs in my family. Yo, Ali Dash throwing some heat tonight. Red Wings fans, Leaf fans. He's going for all the original 6 fan bases. Shout out to you. Oh my God, Ziggy Palffy. The fact I know who Ziggy Palffy is tells you the Islanders ever during that time. And John Spano, the Islanders owner. Dally Dash likes the Wings. And he likes the Wings, and he's given them heat for Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, that could be really interesting this weekend for the Red Wings. State of Survival says, don't forget Pat LaFontaine in the early 90s. Are you referencing the fact he went to the Buffalo Sabres? Oh, you've been to a playoff game at the Joe Alley Dash? Oh, man. We got a fight in. Oh, my God. What is. Holy. We got some big boys. Who is that? Who is that guy in Nashville? Michael McCarron? And I want to say that's Liam O'Brien, but I can't tell. A couple of big boys just scrapped in Arizona. Yeah, McCarron's pumping up the boys on the bench. Oh my God, he laid out Liam O'Brien. Shout out to the former Hershey Bear, Liam O'Brien. But oh my God, that was a great fight. And shout out to Andre Tournier, the head coach of the Arizona Coyotes. He has gotten every single licking out of that team that is possible. But oh my God, McCarron just like bullied him. Wow. Ali Dash says, love LaFontaine, but he'll always be a Sabre to me. Seattle on the board. Oh, Ali Dash. The second I turn off the game. Listen, there was just a big fight in AZ. I'm sure the college kids in Arizona State love that goal or the fight. Probably more than the goals, right? They probably like the fights. See what happens the rest of the way there. But yeah, so Ottawa with a 3-1 lead, power play. And a pretty big kill here by Seattle. They're trying to fight for their lives right now. State of Survival says he was very good for the Islanders. Didn't see who it was. Too busy typing. Oh, shout out to Ali Dash. Pat LaFontaine used to be my favorite all-time player, but by the time Datsuk retired, he took the crown. Yeah, Pavel Datsuk. I caught the kind of the tail end of that era, like in the mid to late 2000s. Pavel Datsuk, some of the moves he did in shootouts and stuff, he was really something I'd love to say we're going to see again at some point, but he is special. Welcome to Goal Line Hockey Live. A special welcome for PJ, as the PJ soundboard is in effect. Now I'm not able to use all the features of the soundboard yet, PJ, but I've told you guys this in the past. I said, especially around the trade deadline, if you guys donate to the channel, it goes back to the channel. That soundboard is sick. That's right, PJ. And Ali Desh and Ange and Javanti, all of them were huge supporters in getting this soundboard. So it's in. I have it working. It took a little while with some tweaking, but we have a couple of cool sounds on here. You guys are starting to fall asleep. Make sure you guys are still up. And I don't want you guys falling asleep in the chat. I don't want you guys falling asleep. So we got to keep you guys entertained. And that's what we got here. So, yes, shout out to PJ, Ali Dash, Javante, and Ange. Thank you guys so much for the support. And I forgot Toe, the Finnish guy who's a Capitals fan. He also donated during the trade deadline too. Yeah, Urban, we are still live, brother. A couple more minutes. Don't get too excited, but a little bit longer. PJ, you're the second person to say put the Islanders goal horn on that soundboard. It's difficult. I'll see what I can do, but if I can, I definitely will. Urban said had to catch a short Minnesota hockey live show. Which one do you watch? Do you watch when I watch Minnesota Wild stuff, I watch the Score North, the Judd Hockey Show. I don't know if you watch them, Urban, but they're really good. I like what they do. And you probably want the latest on Kaprizov, I assume. Yes, yeah, Judd's Hockey Show. I really like their stuff. They're really cool over there. Yeah, that's when I want my latest news on the Wild, that's what I listen to. Ali Dash says, great idea, Isles goal horn. Yeah, that does sound good, doesn't it? If I could find a way, if there's a will, there's a way. If the Islanders could find a way to score 2 goals in the final 10 minutes against the Pittsburgh Penguins, win the game in overtime in Pittsburgh, in this kind of game with this amount of magnitude, I can find a way to get the Islanders goal horn on here. We'll see what I can do, ladies and gentlemen. I will get back to you with that one. Yeah, Judd and Declan, shout out to them on Score North. They are really good, Urban. PJ says, pray that the Flames make it to the playoffs. It ain't over till it's over. Yeah, look at this real quick. Isn't that scary? Oh my God, they created a totem of Brandon Tanev. That is terrifying. Huh? Well, Seattle.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you're killing me. I'd rather eat Girl Scout cookies. Why are you looking at me like that? Ali Desh says, I think our next round of donations should go towards Kevin taking Ange out for a nice romantic dinner. Yo! Ange is going to love that. You guys are awesome. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, Ali Desh, you saw that, right, with Tanev? Uh-oh. Giroux and Schwartz kind of going at it. I don't know what that was all about. But yeah, they made a statue of Brandon Tanev, and it's terrifying. It's the photo of him like with his eyes wide open. It looks terrifying. Urban said Flames and Preds knock out Jets and Avs. Ooh. Yo, Urban. That's a hot take, but Ali Desh has your back. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, I'm probably going to go for another 5 minutes, guys. So let me know. I'm going to answer your guys' final questions here. 5 minutes. I'm going to finish up at 10:45. Yo, we got a super chat from PJ. $2.79 Canadian. He says, hot take from Urban. Shout out to PJ. And yo, we got another super chat from my girl Ann. Shout out to the $10. She says thank you. Well, it goes to me, so I'll take it. So it's still a 3-1 game in Ottawa. Brandon Tanev statues are being created. The Kraken are losing. They called the timeout. It's been kind of a weird game in Seattle, but nonetheless, the Senators are winning the game, trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. I think at this point, Seattle's going to struggle here down the stretch. I don't think they know they're not making the playoffs. They didn't add at the deadline. They look frustrated, and they don't have the skill. They don't have the depth. They just don't have the team right now to come in here and win this game. That I think down the stretch, the rest of these games, it's going to be a problem for them. Ali Dash said, Kev, did you see the bobblehead too, or did you just see the wooden totem? Unfortunately, Ali Dash, I saw both the wooden totem and the creepy bobblehead with the Starbucks logo on it because synergy. But yes, I did see both, unfortunately. Urban said, did she just pay for her own romantic dinner? Will you supersize them fries for the little woman? It's our anniversary. Unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah. How do I explain this? So we've had an interesting we just saw each other for our third anniversary for Valentine's. So we've known each other. It's going into our third year of knowing each other and being together, which is kind of freaky, but nonetheless, she is still around. She still finds a way to stick around. And yes, you have your promise ring. I know that. Ali Dash says, I was about to make the same paying for her own dinner joke. Yeah, yeah, she is. Things are getting a little chippy in Seattle. This game, the more and more. Oh, here we go. And Ali Dash is trying to get into trouble. We have an interesting game here. And the way that Seattle's playing, you could just tell they just look frustrated. They look mad. They look angry. And they just know they don't have the team to get where they want to go, which is the playoffs. And they had a really good stretch, really through December and January, right? They went like undefeated on the East Coast road trip. And ever since then, they've not really gotten back to that form. Kings abs have been chippy too. All right, maybe we'll flip back to that too, Urban. Thank you. PJ said, Kev, what's the next piece of equipment you need? Honestly, I'd like to deal with the soundboard more. Honestly, I want to see what else I could do with this soundboard. Um, honestly, I think I'm going to get that Ethernet thing that you guys were saying, the hard wire straight to my computer. I might be doing that. That might be my next move. But again, I'm not certain of that yet. But that's something I've kind of been looking into for better internet. I mean, you guys can let me know. How's the internet been? It's been good. Been so no complaints. Yeah, so I assume the internet's been pretty good, but that's something that I wanted to improve. I was really not happy about that. Oh, a cable is like 10 or 20 bucks depending on length. Okay. The problem is, Ali Dash, like, can I do this Ethernet thing if the cable wire goes like far? Like my router is not close to my computer. I think that's part of the problem, but or $100 plus if you go baller. I might be having to do that one. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't really looked much into it though, but thank you, PJ. He says, PJ says, Kev, when this channel gets to 1 million subs, which it will, shout out to PJ. You're the man. He said, would you ever do podcasts on your channels with special guests? That's something I'd look into. I would look into that. Again, it's very limited with what I can do right now, but I'd like to do more. I think that's something I could look into for sure. And again, I think that's part of it, right? Like a lot of people say, who's this guy? He's got, 4,000, 3,000 subs. Why am I going to want him on my show? That's kind of how you have to look at it. So, but I have had people that I've talked to. I don't know if there's any Habs fans or anybody, but Talking Habs has reached out to me. I've talked to him a little bit in the past, but nothing. We've never done like content together, but I shoot him messages every once in a while. He's pretty cool. He's kind of me, but a Habs fan, and he's a little bit older. He's awesome. That guy is funny. He's got a lot of Habs jerseys. I'll say that. Ali Dash says, I run the cable from my living room into my basement, through the basement ceiling, then up through the cold air return into the lad's room. How much was that Ali Dash, though? The 100-foot wire. Is that like baller? I don't know. Is that baller price we're looking at? Because that's something I'd probably have to do, unfortunately. It's probably like 60-ish feet. Okay. 15 bucks, that's great. If it's only 15 bucks, I'll buy it tomorrow. I'll buy it tonight if I have to. Okay. And if that's $15 Canadian, that's even better for me. For US dollars, that could even be even less, depending on how it works. So we've had a couple of big games tonight. Obviously, if you guys haven't seen earlier, oh, that is US, $30 US. Okay. Um, I mean, listen, you guys were complaining that I got on late. I had work. Caught the third period of the Islanders Penguins game. If you guys have not watched that, go watch the first. I think it was the 30-minute mark till the hour mark of this live stream. The Islanders not only scored 2 goals to tie it in the final 10 minutes, but they won the game in overtime. And to say the least, I was pretty happy. And shout out to some of the Penguins fans that were in the chat. There were 2 of them that were pretty good sports. They were talking about, obviously they're frustrated as they should be. 3 brutal losses against the Islanders that if they miss the playoffs at the end of this season, they're going to look at those 3 games. They kind of shot themselves in the foot. They don't have goaltending. But so that was really entertaining. That was really good. We had a good game in almost a late goal there. Vegas, close game against Tampa on their road trip. Tampa came back, tied the game, similar to the Islanders, but the Golden Knights get the laugh. A win on the road in overtime. I think Martinez got the game winner in overtime, and that's kind of it there. Yeah, so everybody's in intermission. So, like I said, guys, that's probably it for tonight. Sunday, we will be back with another live stream on Sunday. So, guys, of course, goal_hockey on Twitter if you want to know when is the next Goal Line Hockey live stream. Goal_hockey on Twitter. Also follow Goal Line Hockey on Instagram. We aren't that big on that. But if you want to follow us on Instagram, we're also there. And of course, make sure to like the video and subscribe as well. Guys, it was a really successful live stream tonight. 16 likes. Would have liked that to get to 20, but we could work on that this weekend. Huge win for the Islanders. At the end of the day, that was really the most important thing. The Islanders came back, got the win against the Penguins. Huge 2 points. A couple of really great games here tonight, so I'm hoping the best. Best of luck to the Coyotes, the Predators, the Senators, the Kraken, everybody else playing tonight. Best of luck, and I'll see you guys again on Sunday. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.